Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Helium 10 Weekly Buzz. My name is Shivali Patel, and this is the show where we get you familiar with the latest news in the Amazon and e-commerce space, interview people in the industry that you need to hear from, and provide a training tip of the week that will give you insight into serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the Amazon, Walmart, and e-commerce world. Let's see what's buzzing this week. Today, we'll be covering exciting news such as how Amazon's on track to become the largest US delivery service by 2022. Then, I'll introduce you to someone who has really built his business brick by brick to get to where he is today as an 8-figure seller. Before we talk a little bit about launching with Search, Find, Buy while keeping in mind the new changes to Amazon's terms of service. Let's begin with our first news item. So, Amazon just had the biggest Black Friday ever. In a blog post yesterday, Amazon stated that not only were home goods, toys, and apparel among the top categories during the period, but they also indicated record-breaking sales during the post-Thanksgiving rush, providing an upbeat outlook for a holiday shopping season that's been lackluster for the retail industry. With US shoppers spending about $10.7 billion on Cyber Monday alone, things are really looking up for the holiday season, and we've got great things to look forward to with Amazon's fourth quarter results in late January or early February for a fuller picture of the shopping season. What about those of you that are watching? How was your Black Friday compared to the days leading up to it? Were you able to get a piece of the pie? And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you let us know in the comments below. Next up, CNBC also released details from their interview with Dave Clark, who is Amazon's CEO of Worldwide Consumer, where he stated that Amazon is on track to become the nation's largest delivery service by either 2021, by the end of 2021, or by early 2022, overtaking careers like UPS, FedEx, and even the US Postal Service. So from the beginning, Amazon's goal has really been to have greater control over how their shoppers' packages are delivered, which is why alongside its already blossoming network of warehouses and air hubs across the country, the superstore also manages planes, trucks, ships, and thousands of last-mile delivery companies that exclusively deliver for Amazon to help speed packages along. Now, the shipping operations are also growing especially fast. That's supported by some speculations from Bank of America analysts that last reported Amazon was delivering at least 66% of its own packages compared to 58% back in 2019, when it was still deemed the fourth largest delivery service nationwide. Now, to wrap up all of this positive news, we have the partnership that Amazon just announced with Abu Dhabi Investment Office. Amazon is aiming to open a 175,000 square meter site that is to become the most cutting-edge fulfillment center in the Middle East when it's completed in 2024. This comes, of course, with a plethora of new job opportunities and versatile opportunities for entrepreneurs and retailers alike. Now, I know at Helium 10 we get tons of requests for opening up our tools in the Amazon UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt areas. So my question to you is, are you guys selling on one of those marketplaces, or are you planning to sell in one of those marketplaces? Drop a comment below because we'd love to know. All right, guys, having shared the breaking news, it's time for our special guest, someone who knows what it's like to start from scratch and has gone on to find his own success. Last year, he was a 7-figure seller, and this year, he's 8. Meet Ankit Patel.
Hello, Shivali.
Hi, Ankit. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Thanks for asking. Glad to be here.
Great to have you. I feel like we should preface our conversation by telling our viewers that we are not related.
Yes, no relation, just the same last name.
Yes, no relation, same last name. But it's always great to be meeting new people in this space. And of course, getting to know you and hear your story has been so intriguing. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about how you got started selling on Amazon and what did you do before?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So I'm a healthcare worker myself. I'm a radiology technologist. As a family in India, always want us to go mostly become engineers and doctors. So that's what happened to me. So up until I was 25, 27 years old, I have done everything in my life that always my family wanted to do. And then one day I was visiting India, and one of my cousin gave me the gift of book that says "Rich Dad Poor Dad," and I read it in the plane coming back, and I only read first 40 pages, and that like opened up my brain, and like I'm like I had all these years I have done everything what everybody else wanted me to do, and I had no idea why I was going to school, why I was going to college. I thought I was going to school learning just because I had to. So I had no idea why I was doing all that. So once I read it, I decided that I need to get out of my 9 to 5 job. And for that, I need to take some kind of action. So first thing I decided is e-commerce and how I can buy product and resell it online. And I started selling on eBay. And then my account got suspended by doing all the things incorrectly. And then I didn't quit at that time. And I started selling on Amazon, and rest is history. And here we are today. And that is basically how I get started. It's basically reading a book and whatever you learn from it in taking an action.
That is amazing. And that's the most important part, right? Taking action after you have the knowledge and keep going. So I know you've gone on to find major success. What was your Black Friday like? And we'd also love to hear about your projected 2021 sales.
Yeah, so Black Friday couldn't be any better. I am super thrilled about Black Friday, all this inventory planning that I have done this year, all the mistakes I have made last year. So I have done things right, and luckily things have fallen into place correctly. So our Black Friday sale in one day was over $350,000, and on Cyber Monday was even higher than that. So I am beyond thrilled. I never thought we were gonna hit this number in Black Friday. So the projected sales, I was a 7 figure seller last year. And then I had a goal. I was in a podcast with Bradley, and we had talked that, hey, this year you guys are 7. Next year we're going to bring you back when you turn an 8 figure. And I said, all right, let's have that goal. And I'm happy to report that we have way surpassed that 8 figure mark. And luckily it's been middle 8 figure mark. And that's just counting Amazon, not even counting our international selling, which is Canada, UAE, Shopify, Walmart, eBay, all of those other channels that also brings in a significant revenue. So yeah, I'm glad to say that it's over 15 million mark.
See, I love that. I love that you set a goal and you're absolutely killing the game. You've also been a Helium 10 user for quite some time. So, do you have a favorite Helium 10 tool that you use for your business?
Well, Helium 10 has a ton of tool that you guys are putting out. I can't even keep up anymore. But my favorite tool since day one has been, I would love to say Profit Tool is my favorite, because the first thing I do is check my profits every day to see how the sales are going. But aside from that, actually, my favorite tool is the keyword tracker. The first thing I do is when I come to the office, turn on the computer, I look at where I am positioned for all the non-branded keywords. I get this done, first research in 5 minutes. And that tells me what do I need to do today in order to stay ranked and get those sales coming in and grow the brand. And then the profit tool is next. And then I get all my marketing and other tasks is going. So I would say the keyword tracker has been one of my favorite tools, aside from all the ton of tools that you guys have.
For sure. Keyword Tracker and Profits are both great tools that I love as well. And
Good.
knowing what you know today, just to kind of wrap things up, what is one piece of advice you'd give to somebody who's maybe in those shoes that you were when you first got started?
So yeah, this is an amazing question. When you are new, I would say that obviously you're not going to become millionaire or successful overnight. No one does it. We all think that we would love to do that, but we're not. So just remember that this is a journey, and it's a start when you start taking an action. So make a goal on where do you want to see yourself in 5 years from today? What I have done is when I first started selling, I just wanted to quit my 9 to 5 job. And I decided that once I make a goal of when I hit the income 3 times what I'm making in my radiology technologies, that's when I'm going to quit my job. So obviously, when you start taking an action, once you make a goal, you're going to come across many failures or success. If you get a success without a failure, good for you. Keep going, keep crushing it. If you get failures, don't be discouraged. Keep taking an action. Do whatever it takes to get there. Have that side income coming in. If you got to drive an Uber, go drive an Uber. If you got to go to retail arbitrage, go retail arbitrage. I remember I used to go to Target and Five Below and Walmart clearance section right after getting off my hospital job. Instead of going home and relax and watch a football game, I would actually go to the stores and buy $200-300 item and come home, and after dinner start packing things, sending to Amazon, because you need to create an income to launch your private label product. And for that, you need to do whatever it takes. And if you get a failure, it's only a learning lesson. Don't think it's a failure, because once you get a success, it's going to be so great that it's going to wipe out all the failures that you had. So the one piece of advice I would say is take an action. And if you fail, just understand it's temporary and keep doing whatever it takes to get to your goal, because eventually you sure will if you don't quit. Because if you quit, then that's a failure for sure. So that's the only piece of advice I would say to get to where I am today, or to even get better than what I am today. It's really a no-brainer.
That is wonderful advice. Thank you so much, Ankit, for being here and sharing. It's been great having you on, and I'm certain that's been invaluable for listeners as well. So for those of you that are listening, make sure that you're subscribed and you tune in to the Serious Sellers podcast. I believe Ankit is due for an appearance there. Thanks, Ankit.
My pleasure. Cheers.
All right, it's time for our weekly pro training of the week, the weekly pro training tip. So on last week's Helium 10 Buzz, Carrie talked about how Amazon changed its terms of service regarding the search, find, buy, and rebate. So this next clip is actually from the recently released episode 301 of the Serious Sellers podcast. And in it, Bradley talks a little bit about a method he used to get to page 1 for 10 keywords during 2 product launches without a single search, find, buy, nor rebate. So let's see how he did that.
What I did was I created 2 kind of fake products. These are products that were just like returns or I discontinued a long time ago, but I made completely brand new listings using Maldives methods. Again, remember, Maldives is not just about search, find, buy. I optimized the title. I put keywords in the title that not many people had in the title. I started a fulfill by merchant on day 1 and got some sales on day 1 of this. I did all of these things that are part of the Maldives Honeymoon Strategy. All right. Here is product 1. So what I did was I started the product. I locked in my canonical URL. All right. And I made sure some key keywords were in there. Let's just call it bread cutting board. All right. Bread cutting board was in my canonical URL. Then I was like, you know what? If I was doing search, find, buy, these are the 6 keywords that I would target. And I would have hit up AZ Rank to do it. But here, I'm going to do this without search, find, buy. And these were all low volume keywords because, again, guys, remember, I pay out of my own pocket for most of this stuff. And, I have a limited budget with what I'm going to spend on these case studies. So I picked 6 keywords that ranged in search volume of 200 to 2,300. And let's just say that bread cutting board keyword is the one that had like 2,000 search volume. All right. So bread cutting board was in my canonical URL. And what I did was I did not have an auto campaign on. I did not have a research campaign or a broad match. I just had one exact PPC campaign, exact manual match, right? And I put these only 6 exact keywords. I put a fixed bid, super high, like $4 for this. I knew that was super high. I put fixed bid. I wanted to show up at the top. So from day 1, I was showing up at the very top of sponsored ads, and I put the price. I forgot what I put. It was something like $6 or something. And this is a $25 product because I was like, hey, I want people to see this as soon as they type in bread cutting board and these 5 other keywords and see, oh, holy crap, $6. I'm definitely going to buy this product. Now, what I did to put it at $6 is I put sale price of $6. So the regular price, I put $30. I put a sale price that is from this date to this date of $6. All right. And so, because I didn't want to get the buy box suppressed. And check this out, guys. All right. On that one keyword, over 5 days, bread cutting board, let's just say that wasn't a canonical, I got 2,500 impressions, 26 clicks. These are all organic. I mean, organic as in I didn't pay anybody to do it or use AZ Rank or anybody else. 26 clicks, got 11 purchases. Now, the other keywords, a couple of them didn't even get a lot of impressions, and they didn't get a lot of clicks, and they didn't even get purchases. But check this out. That keyword right there, bread cutting board, 2,000 search volume, within 5 days, page 1, position 3. The other keywords that were kind of like variations of that keyword, again, that's part of the Maldives strategy. Check this out, guys. Every single one of them, I got to the top 10 of page 1. On one of them, I got page 1, position 1. Another one, 9. Another one, 4. Another one, page 1, position 2. The one that I got page 1, position 2, I didn't get any impressions in PPC. Guess what? How did I do that? Well, that was in the title. That keyword there was completely in the title, and nobody else had it in the title, or like one other person had it in the title in Amazon. So Maldives still works, and that was a PPC only launch, and I got to page 1 for all of my target keywords that I would have done search find buy. In another sense, I did another product, same exact account. This was like a phone case. I had some old phone cases lying around. Again, picked 6 different keywords, used Maldives method, got an order within the first day. I made sure to lock in my canonical URL. 2 keywords only got to position 18 and 19. The rest, page 1, position 1. In total, I had only 10 PPC orders, and this was at like $1. I put it at $1 because this was a $9 product, and I put a sale price of $1. And so I got 10 orders, and of those keywords that got the orders, those are the ones that all got to page 1, position 1. So again, what is this strategy now, which is my first, and which is probably going to be multiple alternatives to search, find, buy. On day 1, try and get sales again, just like the Maldives strategy talks about. Make sure to have your canonical URL be your most important keyword. Have that in your title. Hopefully it's a keyword that not many people have in their title. And then pick 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 keywords where you know that people, people will definitely buy your product at a cheap price for it, and then put a sale price, put a huge sale price where it's like irresistible, despite the fact that you have 0 reviews, right? Like if you've got a $30 product, are you cool with putting it at $9, as a big sales price? Because now here's the drawbacks. And this is why I would have been doing this forever, right? But this is tedious. First of all, I had fulfilled by merchant because I can control my inventory. I don't want to sell 100 of these in like 1 hour, and I didn't know about it, and I just waste a whole bunch of money because everybody's buying my $9 product for $1 and then maybe reselling it. So with fulfilled by merchant, I was able to actually put in what inventory I wanted to do for a day. So I put 5 every day, and I was like, if those 5 went out, I was like, forget it, I'm not doing it anymore. And then I could actually see which keywords we're converting for in my PPC, so that if I already hit the max for the CPR number inside of Helium 10, remember CPR is the same, if you're organic or sponsored or whatever, people are searching and finding and buying the product, right?
That is such a great alternative to continue ranking high and doing great. Remember, if you want to see some of the other strategies that Bradley talks about, to go over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, search up for Serious Sellers Podcast and look up episode 301. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can also check the description below for the direct link to that episode. So this does conclude this week's Weekly Buzz. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, share it with a friend, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel. We're always looking for ways to innovate and provide beneficial content for our subscribers. Of course, we'll be back with another episode of this video series featuring even more of the latest news, a brand new interview, and another tip that you did not know you needed. We'll see you next week. Adios.